I'm going with a different format this time for this What I Eat in a Day as a Vegan video compared to the first 7 I did in the series. I'm going to start out with a big bowl of oatmeal. Then I've got to get going. I'm volunteering for a running race this morning. I'm going to be at the aid station for a 10-mile and a 5-kilometer run. And then I'll come back and maybe make a big bowl of fresh fruit. Before I start the oatmeal, I just wanted to show you this tank top I bought the other day. You can see that Run Steep, Get High logo on there. That's the name of a YouTube channel by this guy named Jamil Curry. He's an ultra distance runner, and he owns Aravaipa Running here in the Phoenix area. They put on a lot of trail runs throughout Arizona and the Southwest, and they had a kind of a big sale at their warehouse the other day, and I bought this. Probably wear it at the gym. I don't have any tank tops. I got too many t-shirts. They had a lot of cheap, $5 t-shirts left over from a lot of their races, but I don't need any t-shirts. But I decided I could use another tank top, so I got that. Okay, let's get going with the oatmeal. I use 3/4 cup of old-fashioned rolled oats. To that I add a little bit of Scottish oatmeal. So Scottish oatmeal is basically just rolled oats ground up into a finer consistency. So it's more processed, so I don't use a lot of it. I just use a little bit to give it a creamier consistency. Then I add some salt and a little bit under 2 cups of water. So I use a full 2 cups. This thing will overflow in my microwave. The oatmeal's done. I put around a tablespoon of flaxseed meal on it, and that's how I eat it. I made enough to share with Apple. It's 10:45 in the morning. I just got back from volunteering at a 10-mile and 5-kilometer running race, and I'm back at home. I haven't had anything to eat since around 5:30 when I had that big bowl of oatmeal. So I'm going to prepare a big bowl of fruit, but that takes a little while. So first I'm going to throw together a peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter molasses sandwich, and that I can eat quickly. I'm really hungry. For this cranberry relish recipe, I'm going to use 1 cup of orange juice. I'm going to use half a cup of unbleached sugar, which is 1/2 of what the recipe calls for. So it's going to be a little bit on the tart side, but it'll be sweet enough for my taste. First thing I'm going to do is heat this on the stove. So I'm going to bring the orange juice and sugar solution to a boil. One important tip about this is you want to make sure that the sugar solution doesn't burn on the bottom of the pot. You have to pay attention and stir it frequently. I've turned off the stove. I'm just going to let this sit for a while, cool down. Definitely should have used a bigger pot because it boiled over a little bit, made a mess. So now I'm going to cook some quinoa, a little bit of white rice, and some of these orange split lentils with a little less than 2 cups of water. I'm just going to cook that in my rice cooker. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. The quinoa, rice, and lentil mixture is done. Small amount gets burned onto the bottom of the rice cooker, but I just soak it and it comes off easily. Just putting a little soy sauce on it. That'll tide me over until dinner. Usually in the past on Thanksgiving I make roasted vegetables, and I use maybe 6 to 8 different kinds of vegetables, and it's a lot of chopping and peeling. This year I decided to simplify things. These sweet potatoes were on sale at the place that I buy most of my produce for 39 cents a pound, so I just bought a bunch of them. I'm going to roast them. Obviously I'm not going to eat all these tonight, but I'll have a lot left over. I don't use any oil when I roast. I'm just going to check on them every once in a while. I don't know exactly how long it'll take to cook. Then I'm also making this vegan macaroni and cheese. Got the water boiling here. This is whole wheat pan pasta. I've got the pasta boiling. Now I'm going to put together the sauce. I don't really have a recipe that I'm following. I just saw somebody throwing this together on YouTube and I haven't tried it yet myself. So I'm going to use a little onion powder, some of this adobo seasoning, which has salt, pepper, lemon, a few other spices. This is a pressure cooked potato. I took the skin off. This is going to give the sauce its creaminess. This is nutritional yeast. It's going to give the sauce a kind of a cheesy, savory flavor. It's also going to add some color to the sauce, combined with the red bell pepper that I'm going to put in. Give it an orange, cheesy color. And this is a large red bell pepper that I chopped up. Took out all the seeds. I might need to add a little water. As I said, I haven't made this before. My Thanksgiving dinner is done. I'm adding a IPA. I haven't had beer in about 2.5 months, beer or any other kind of alcohol. I picked this IPA up at Trader Joe's the other day. This is how the vegan macaroni and cheese turned out. I had trouble blending up the sauce in my high-speed blender because the pieces of the red bell pepper kept getting stuck underneath the blade, and the blade would just spin around on top of it. So maybe a food processor would work better. I wanted to make everything perfectly smooth, but I don't think those little bits of bell pepper are going to be a problem. If anything, they add a little color, a little visual interest to the macaroni and cheese. And then this is the cranberry relish I made yesterday using half the normal amount of sugar. It's plenty sweet, just a little bit on the tart side. I've got plenty of that left over. I've got plenty of these orange sweet potatoes left over. I baked them in the oven, and that's what I'm going to have tonight.